Hello everyone, and welcome to another oddschecker.com/US preview of a primetime football game. I'm Davis Mattek from sportsgrid.com, and here we are going to take a look at the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. If you go to oddschecker.com/US, you will see that the Buccaneers are favored by 4.5 points. You can get them at minus 210 on the money line at the FanDuel Sportsbook, and then the over-under for this game is 48.5. This is a pretty interesting game because these are two teams that are just fantastically good defensive DVOA teams. The Buccaneers are number 1 in the NFL in defensive DVOA, and the Rams are 8th best in the NFL at defensive DVOA. Both teams have, just absolute standout defensive personnel. But the stars of the team, rightfully so, are on the offense, right? So we have Jared Goff and Sean McVay. And really, Sean McVay is sort of the star of the Los Angeles Rams on offense. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, of course, have Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Ronald Jones, and, some people think Leonard Fournette is a star. Obviously, myself and many of the Oddschecker viewers know that Leonard Fournette is not a star because we're intelligent people. So in picking a game between these two defensive stalwarts, I think it's really difficult, and I have to say, scale of 1 to 10, not the most confident pick I have ever made here, because I respect the Rams, I respect Sean McVay, and I do think their defense really does keep them in games, but I am going to be taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here. I think that their offense is better than what we have seen so far. They are 12th in the NFL in yards per play on offense, but of course that does include the horrible drubbing against the New Orleans Saints, and I think they are probably much better than that team. If we just look at what they are running out in 11 personnel, Rob Gronkowski at tight end, Antonio Brown in the slot, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin on the outside, though Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown have rotated, a ton this year. And even with that horrible, no-good game against the New Orleans Saints, we still see that Tampa Bay is 8th in the NFL in offensive DVOA. And the Rams are not nearly as strong in offense, or they're sort of in the same block. And we are going to be taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here with Tom Brady with the points. Sort of a bet that the Buccaneers defense can match the Rams defense, and that, we're looking at Tom Brady, we're looking at Jared Goff, we're looking at Bruce Arians, we're looking at Sean McVay, and in this matchup, we are going to be taking the points, we are going to be taking Tom Brady, just to think that, against a really good defense, we want to take Brady, we don't want to take Goff. I have watched so many games where Jared Goff has stared at the opposing defense, not been able to recognize the coverage, not been able to identify who the mic was. And, in that spot, I trust Brady a little bit more. But again, this certainly is not a full confidence game. Also going to be leaning the over here because I think that the key for both of these teams actually is going to be trying to play fast on offense and not allow the opposing defense to dictate the matchups. I think that if either team does that, I think that if the Rams let the Buccaneers dictate what they do on offense, or if the Buccaneers allow the Rams to dictate what they do, I think that'll be a disaster for both teams, and I think both teams are incentivized to not do that. So over on oddschecker.com/US, we're taking the best line of the Buccaneers, minus 4.5, minus 210 on the money line, and the over plus 48.5 at even money. So everyone, good luck with your bets on Monday night.